Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Monday. We see a third face on the screen. Better looking one out of the three. Track announcer, Craig Braddick from Turf Paradise. Thanks for joining us again. So you got the tie on. You all ready to go to work, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We got a grade A race card for you today. And with so many tracks canceling today, I think us Parks and Louisiana Downs are the only games in town.
Yes, you're going to be the only show. Terry's telling me I have to move my microphone. So there, I'm sorry, I didn't move my microphone. It's a last minute to the rush, boom type thing. So the reason we have Craig on this morning is we're going to do a little head-to-head combat today. You can find it over at Turf Paradise. It's Terry and I versus Craig and our picks from race 1 through 8. We're going to find out really if two heads are better than one today, Craig.
Oh, probably so. I mean, my picks are dubious at the best of times, and no doubt you guys will win today.
Oh no, I wouldn't put yourself like that. Terry and I we struggled last week, so hopefully this week that won't be the case. So on this 8 race card, is there any horse to you today, Craig? Like if you look at one, you say, you know what, circle this one. You kind of want to have this one on your ticket, be it in an exacta, trifecta, something like that.
Well, probably my best bet of the day is in the third race, which is maiden claiming race for 4-year-olds and upwards, tag of 12,500 or 15,000 for Arizona bred, 6 1/2 furlongs. And probably the horse I like the most here is the number 4, Zero Down from the barn of Justin Evans. Luis Negron, who's come in from New Mexico now for the rest of the meet here at Turf Paradise. He was a leading jockey here last year. I just think it's time that Zero Down broke the maiden. It was third at Turf Paradise last time out, over 6 furlongs. Although it was well beaten on that occasion, it had been off the track for 6 weeks. Admittedly, it's been off the track since then as well. But it would seem to me this is a fairly soft field he's up against today. And with Luis Negron on board, the combination of Justin Evans and Luis Negron, I find very difficult to resist. And with a field of 9 here, 5-2, especially if it goes out a little bit. If some money comes in for a couple of others, I could see this horse going off at 3-1 or 7-2. I think it's a great win bet.
Yeah, we haven't listed, both of us have lit the 4 horse as our top horse of the day over there. I have it as one of my best bets too for the day. So I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. Is there a long shot here, or is anything like on the board that you see today at a price that you might consider?
Well, in race number 7, Mr. Boat is 5-1 on the morning line. Narrowly got home over the 2-turn 1 mile here last time out in a starter optional claimer. I like the fact that Alex Cruz is on board, and my colleague on TVG, Peter Lurie, refers to him as Alex, I'll ride anything at Cruz. It's not often he rides for Kenneth Person. And Mr. Boat, a 6-year-old gelding, as I say, narrowly defeated here last time. Before that, over 1 mile and 1/16, the horse was second, beaten 4.5 lengths. 5-1 on the morning line, I think would appear to be reasonable value for that one. But number 1, Shinny, of course, is a horse who's kind of made himself famous for winning 12 races in a row, and he broke that streak, unfortunately, here last time when he was beaten a length and a quarter. I just think maybe Shinny needs a little bit of a break right now from the barn of Robertino Diodoro. But what I'm thinking is people are still going to play very heavily on Shinny today, and that should push out the odds of some of the other horses. So if I was going to play an exacta in this one or a trifecta, I'd probably go for Mr. Boat on top with the number 1, Shinny, the number 3, Blue Azul, and the number 7, Tizona, underneath for the exacta. Tizona from the barn of Jonathan Wong with top jockey Harry Hernandez on board. My good friend Johnny Taboada, the owner. And this horse, we see many of the Wong horses come in from California, but he's got a nice barn here at Turf Paradise for this meet. And Tizona coming off a 3rd place finish on the turf last time out. We are off the turf today. In fact, we're off the turf all week here at Turf Paradise as we're giving the turf a little bit of a break right now. And I think Tizona at 6-1 could round off a nice exacta there.
Sounds like a good plan right there. So, what are we going to put at stake? We're supposed to get some new horse racing radar gear today and the next day or two. Obviously, you have access to Turf Paradise gear. How about this? If we win, you send Terry and I a hat from Turf Paradise, and if you win, we'll send you and you get we'll show you what it is when it's live. Our gear. I think you're going to love it. But we'll send you two. We'll send you 2 hats.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, there's 2 of us and 1 of you. So, I mean, we got to make sure the payout is fair, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, I see that you were at Pleasanton as the announcer this last year, and that's close to me. I'm only about an hour from there. How did you like that?
Well, I loved it. Unfortunately, they didn't have the county fair this year at the time of the race meet. But what a great track Pleasanton is it? I mean, it oozes history. And it is a kind of narrow track. It's a lot narrower in its layout than many tracks. So they have a maximum of 8, maybe occasionally they have 9 per race there. But I love the California Authority of Racing Fairs circuit. I'm hoping this year they'll be able to add Sacramento back into the mix as well. But my experience there was absolutely wonderful. Going further north in California up to Ferndale on the Humboldt County Fair.
Yeah.
That little race meet has got to be on every horse racing fan's bucket list. At least once in your life, you've got to go there.
Yeah, I've been there 44 years in a row. Since my son was 1 year old when I started going there. So,
and sorry, Terry.
No, I was just going to say I love that.
So you got to be 100 to do anything 44 years in a row, though.
But being from overseas, I decided to take a little vacation when I went up to Ferndale. And I drove all the way out to just north of San Francisco from here in Phoenix. And I went all the way up the Pacific Coastal Highway for the first time. It was just an awesome experience to do that. And instead of getting a hotel, I pulled into like a little parking lot by the beach one night. There was a full moon overhead, and I could hear the waves breaking onto the rocks all night long. It was just a beautiful experience.
It sounds like it. Speaking of beautiful experiences, where's the dog today?
Well, I think Toby's sunning himself at the moment. I think Ricky Blind Dog's still in bed at the moment. He likes to bury himself under the covers, and he'll get up when he's hungry or he wants some attention.
Sounds like me. So how's the weather down there today? Nice?
Yeah, it's going to be nice. It got a little cool here last weekend, but it's going to actually heat up. Today, the temperature's going to be in the low 70s. We were expecting sunny skies all week. They say on Friday it's going to hit 81 or 82, which will be very nice indeed. Well, as I say, it's been a little chilly here the last few days. I think we're beginning to launch ourselves into a nice spring.
Beautiful. Well, we look forward to launching ourselves into some good picks today. Again, head on over to Turf Paradise, their Twitter feed. You will see right there our picks, Terry and I versus Craig. Hats on the line. If we get, but I've been promised we're going to get our gear today or tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we hope that you have a fantastic today, Craig, and that all of your storytelling to describe the races today is flawless.
I hope so too. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job very well.
Yeah, you do your job fantastically well. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And a great week. Thanks again, Craig. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Now, that's a fun way to start the week, right, Terry?
It is, yeah. He's a good guy. I like the way he calls the races. So,
well, we can't have dance battles, so we have to have handicapping battles, Terry.
Yeah.
We have to enlist Sean to have a dance battle, right? For sure.
Yeah.
So today's is Parks running today, right? Parks is running today.
Yeah,
right?
It is. Yeah. There's 11 races there. So,
yeah. And we didn't get a chance to, the scratches had not come out yet prior to today, us going live. So I'm not sure that we have any scratches for Turf Paradise. So we'll deal with those as we go through the show. But why don't we go ahead?
I was going to say, actually, they did come out just now. And in the first race, the 3 and the 6 are scratched. And in the fourth race, the 1 is scratched.
All right. Well, we'll go through that as we go through it. So let's do this first. Let's do your best bet of the day. First, how did your best bet yesterday do?
It ran out of the money, but my second choice actually won the race. And really, the second choice was a horse to play. I was just trying to get a little value in there and try to beat that favorite Bob Baffert entry. So, but it was okay. But today I went to Parks race 5, and I'm picking number 7 Brazen. Won 5 out of his last 6 races. He likes the track, finishing in the money 71% of the time and winning 43% of those races, and the distance, finishing in the money 66% of the time, winning 33% of those. Then I like number 2, Hollywood Jet. Won 3 races in a row at Parks during his career, and he finished in the money 90% of the time, and he won 50% of those races during his career. Then I like number 5, Thorny Tail. He won 6 out of 11 races in 2021, and in the distance of today's race, and now he cuts back to a sprint, which may help him.
That sounds good, Terry. So that's Terry's best bet of the day. As always, you can find it over at horseracingtoday.net. Terry's better than the postman. He delivers the best bet every day. Rain, sun, shine, sleet, whatever the weather is. Terry's best bet is, of course, over at horseracingtoday.net. So go make sure you go check that out. Well, today, Terry, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing Turf Paradise. So we're probably going to do this a little bit differently today because of the scratches and so forth. So we'll probably have to do some things on the fly, so to speak, right? So let's pull up the Turf Paradise picks, and then we can work our way through the scratches as well and who we might replace our picks with. So that's the way we lined them up when we got started. So in race number 1, Terry, whoops, hold on a second. You had mentioned in race 1, let me pull up the scratches. Well, why don't you handle the scratches? You tell me who scratched, because I'm trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah, race number 1, the 3 horse and the 6 horse are scratched.
So the 3 and the 6 are scratched. So hold on. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on. So 1, 2, delete, and then the 3 and the 6 are scratched, right? So 4. Yep. So all right, delete. So who is your replacement here, Terry?
Okay, my replacement would be the number 4, Profound One.
The number 4, and for me, my replacement in race number 1 is. I got a page up. I'm going to go with number 1, Terry, the Last Renegade. So we're going to end up with the same 4 picks. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let's go through race number 1 here real quick, Terry. Race number 1 is a 6-furlong race on the main track, claiming 12.5, non-winners of 2 lifetime. And if you take a look at the distance and surface, Terry, there have been 83 races at 6 furlongs, Terry. 66 of them won by horses that were first, second, or third at the quarter-mile pole. 31 actually led from gate to wire. And if you look at the post positions, they play fair 1 through 7, and there's a drop from 8, but that's not really an issue. Taking a look at the early pace figures, the 2 horse, the 4 horse, and the 3 horse have the best early pace numbers, Terry. And on the way home, the 1, the 5, and the 6 have the best late pace numbers. Why don't you get us started this Monday, Terry, with your top selection in race number 1?
All right. Ellie the Nurse won the last race at Turf Paradise and earned the highest last race speed rating in this field. And then number 1, Last Renegade, comes in from Southern California, tries luck at Turf Paradise, and drops in class today. Should improve by returning to the dirt. Then number 2, Tango Said, should improve while returning the dirt, drops in the class today, and his early speed running style will really help his chances. And then I like number 4, and number 4, Profound One, drops in class today. Had a not too good of a race last race, but he'd been having trouble December 17th in a race that he didn't finish. So we'll just have to wait and see. He did have a couple of good workouts, mediocre workouts in preparation for this race.
I'm going to start with number 5 as well, Terry. Ellie the Nurse, 3 consecutive speed figure increases. Terry did win last time out. That led to the highest last race speed figure, Terry. And if you look at the fractions were much better for Ellie the Nurse in the last race than the previous race. So that's something I like to see. Does indeed have the top early pace, late pace combination in the field, Terry. So that should be a positive. Number 2, Tango Send, has run the fastest quarter-mile fraction that any horse in this field has done. That's a positive in a race where speed wins. And there's another one that showed much better fractions in their last start compared to the one before, and has a slight advantage in the early pace numbers over every other horse in the field. Number 3, After the Candy, Terry, has the top pedigree. Last time out did run some of the fastest opening fractions in the field. gets a pretty nice jockey upgrade today to one of the top jockeys at Turf Paradise, Harry Hernandez. And then finally, Terry, last Renegade, the substitute here, Terry, coming in from Santa Anita, Terry. So that's the proverbial track drop. I did have it rated 5th before because the workouts at Turf Paradise was the 10th fastest out of 10. So I'm not 100% certain that the horse is going to like the track, Terry. And on top of that, Terry, when it ran of late out in Southern California, the bettors just ran away from that horse. Really, really high odds. Race number 2, my friend, is 1 mile on the main track, Terry. And if we look at a 1 mile race, what a profile of a winner looks like, there have been 88 races at a mile. 56 of them won by horses that are considered speed, but only 13 of the 56 managed to go gate to wire, Terry. There is an outside to inside bias. So the horses on the outside tend to fare a little bit better than the inside horses. And minus the real horse, you and I decided to go with the 2 horse, the inside horse, breaking that, going against the grain, so to speak. And there are no scratches in this race from what I can see.
No. Well, some more just came out, but none in this race. So.
Okay.
All right. So I like the number 2 horse, Thirsty Kiss. Should improve while returning to a route, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He actually is tied with another horse, the number 7. Anyway, the trainer in the last 14 days has won 2 out of 4 mounts. And then number 5, Shady Fied, finished 3rd versus similar on the turf in the last race and received the highest last race speed rating. May improve while returning to the dirt, and the hot jockey trainer combination the last 14 days have won 5 out of 12 races. Then number 3, Spinning Red, finished 3rd at Sunland Park at today's distance and comes in here to trade Turf Paradise. And then number 7, Blame the Devil, showed some early speed last race, can improve while returning to the dirt, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with Thirsty Kiss.
You know, it's funny, Terry, I don't know why, but today, for some reason, there's some beeping going on in my ears. It's never happened before. My computer's beeping about something. I don't know what it is. I don't see any windows opening or anything. But so, Jared, your picks for Hollywood rolls here in the 7th, that's at Parks, right? As well as the 9 in the 7th race. Or because we're doing Turf Paradise like we do usually every Monday morning. Hopefully we outduel Craig Braddick. As I mentioned, I am expecting to see our gear hit the market today, Terry. I'm looking forward to that. It's something I've searched for, but haven't been able to find. So when you can't find it, Mama said, if you like something, do it. And there goes that beep again. Do something yourself. I have no idea what that beep is, Terry. All right. For my picks for race number 2, I'm looking around. So if you see me kind of like dart my eyes around, I'm trying to figure out why in the hell my computer's beeping. Race number 2, Terry, I like the 2 horses well. Thirsty Kiss did run the fastest quarter-mile fractions any horses produced so far in a race. The horse has primarily run sprint races, but has only run a mile twice. And in both of those races, it was its best races. Last time out, ran much better fractions. And if you take a look at this race as well, it has the top late pace numbers. So the top late pace numbers, the 3 horses that have the best late pace at this race are number 2, 1, and 6. And on the way out of the gate, number 4, 7, and 5 have the top early pace numbers. And number 5, Shady Fied is my second pick. This is a horse that last ran on January 24th. So the trainer's turning him around real quick, probably because the fractions were really sharp last time out relative to the prior race. Number 7, Blame the Devil. I like to stay away from these devil horses, Terry, but kind of hard to ignore. The horse improved sharply last time it moved from a turf race to a dirt race like today. It has the top pedigree, and if you look at the horse in the performance ladder, you're seeing it move up. So last time, maybe at the quarter pole, it was 2nd. In the race before that, it was 5th. The half mile, 2nd. Again, 5th. So you see the horse moving up the performance ladder. And finally, my last selection in race number 2 is Devontae. That's spelled interestingly. 2nd best debut speed number in the field, Terry. I'm expecting the horse could improve in race number 2. Was okay bet last time out, just at 8-1. I mean, not the best odds, but not the lowest or highest either. And it did run some of the fastest fractions out of any horse last time out. Race number 3, Terry, is 6.5 furlongs on the main track. There have been 49 won by speed. 27 went wire to wire. In the post positions play fair in this maiden, claiming 12,500. If you're interested in knowing how they're going to come out of the gate, most likely the 4, the 8, and the 6 have the top early pace numbers. And on the way home, the 2, the 7, and the 4. This is the race where Craig said he really liked the 4 horse, Zero Down, today to get across the finish line and get a photo session in the winner's circle. Terry, you think 8 Makar is going to beat it? Why?
Yeah, I like 8 Makar because he came in from Southern California. And I think those horses that come in from Southern California, by and large, are usually a little bit better than the horses that are running at Turf Paradise. They usually do pretty good.
Mhm.
Anyway, he ran second in his last race at Turf Paradise and has the highest last race speeding. And then they're adding blinkers today. Number 4, Zero Down, finished third versus Tougher in the last race, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. Drops in class. The trainer wins 33% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back to race. And number 6, Gone Somewhere, finished third in his last race at Turf Paradise, and he has a high percentage winning trainer, Dan Morgan, who's winning it at 18% clip at this meet. And then number 3, Coastal King, is drops in class today. The trainer wins 25% of the time when dropping 2 classes, and he should improve returning to a sprint. And there's also a scratch in this race. It's not one of our picks, but number 2, Lugia, is scratched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that guys are in the chat. You're talking a little bit about how Mahoning Valley has been canceled today. They're having some real track issues after the snow. Here's some pictures. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's some pictures of the track that Sean sent me. It's a really rough shape after the snow. So it's they're going to have to do some maintenance work over there at Mahoning Valley to get that track straightened out. Hopefully they'll have it fixed up pretty soon. I'm sure they have a very strong maintenance and landscaping squad. I do like Zero Down, like Craig. It has a top combo of early pace and late pace numbers. It's the second start with one of the top trainers down there, Justin Evans. And the second time around the track with Justin Evans is a 28% winning angle. That's an alpha angle, the way I call it. Horse was also the favorite last time and got beat. Another alpha angle coming home at 33% for trainer Justin Evans. The horse tied for the top pedigree, has run the fastest fractions that any horse in this field can do, and had a good workout since its last race. So there's plenty of reasons to like Zero Down for myself and for Craig. 8 Makar is my second selection, Terry's top pick. I expect the horse will improve, move forward in the second start off the bench. It did run some real nice fractions in its first start off a layoff, Terry, so that's usually a pretty good sign and a quick turnaround because this horse last ran on January the 23rd, and then it put together 5 consecutive speed figure increases, including the first race off the bench here. Number 6, Gone Somewhere, is walking up the position ladder, Terry. It's another one that's improving from race to race, just steadily getting better. Kind of maybe overlooked by the bettors, maybe get some good value on that one. And finally, number 8, Roadside, ran some of the fastest quarter-mile fractions last time out, and it's another that's improving from race to race to race. So looking for some value there.
In that third race, you said number 8 was your last horse. Is it number 8 or number 7?
Number 8, Roadside. Why did it scratch?
Okay, you have a typo then. Because you have the
7. I have 2 7s there. Yeah, well, I can't have 7 twice, can I, Terry?
No.
I mean, unless it scratches and I get paid double, right? So good catch there, Terry. It's good to see, oh man, I got scratched out and didn't even realize it. All right, so race number 4, Terry. The 1 is scratched, so we have the 4, the 2, and who's your substitute?
Okay, and race number 4, I like the number 9, Easy Ruler.
So I have the 1 horse. So for me, 6, 4. I got the 9 as well, Terry. We're probably going to end up with the same things here. So the last pick for me in race number 4, and of course, how else would it work out, Terry? But the 2 horse. So we have the same 4 horses by scratch, Terry. And in this race, Warfront Fighter, it's a 5.5 furlong race, Terry. 46 races, 41 by speed, 17 have gone wire to wire. There's a slight negative on the rail, so the 2 horse now moves to the post position of the rail. And the rest play fair, Terry. This Warfront Fighter is your best bet. Why is Warfront Fighter your best bet?
Well, this horse ran second last time out against Tougher in the last race, and she has the highest last race speed rating. Drops in class today and should improve at the shorter distance. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. actually tied with another horse.
Mhm.
And then I like number 4, Winning Magic. Ran third versus Tougher in the last race at Turf Paradise, and drops in class today. And then I like number 2, Path to Paradise. Comes in from Golden Gate Fields. I always like these horses coming in from Golden Gate Fields. I guess it's close to my heart because I live close to there and I go there all the time. But
I know
anyway,
you're biased. Anytime
yeah.
there's a Golden Gate horse in there, I know Terry's going to be on this one.
Yeah, but although they do pretty well when they come in there. So he's going to try Turf Paradise for the first time. Has a decent workout on January 29th. He was 10th out of 20, 48-4. And then I like that number 9, Easy Ruler. That horse drops in class today. And that whenever the trainer drops a horse 2 classes, he wins 30% of those races.
So me, Terry, in race number 4, I also like the 6 horse as my top selection, War Front Fighter. Had some sneaky better fractions last out. As the horse ran from 6 furlongs and a half to 5 and went from 5.5 furlongs to 6.5 furlongs, but ran the same type of fraction. So that's actually faster fractions. And you see that reflected in better 2 furlong and 4 furlong pace numbers. Has the top pedigree, Terry, did run some of the fastest opening fractions last time out and should rebound as a beaten favorite. Number 4, Winning Magic, Terry, is a top early pace, late pace combination in this field, did run. So on top of having some good late pace, Terry, the horse did run the fastest early fractions any horse has been able to put on the track. Horse has always been well bet. This is a Denzel Washington horse at Turf Paradise, Terry, spending a lot of time around the winner's circle, just not going in for a photo session yet. 5 races at Turf Paradise with a 2nd and 2 thirds. Number 1 is Scratch. So Easy Ruler is my next pick, Terry. This horse is moving down 2 classes, 4 of 13 times that's been a winner for the trainer. Resume says that this horse is going to be better second race off the bench. And coming into this race, it's put together 3 consecutive speed figure increases. At first, it was a tough call for me with the number 2, Path to Paradise, but with the 1 scratching, it's no longer a tough call for me, Terry. So this is the first start with the trainer, the first time around the track with the new trainer, Terry, the 2 horse. 10 of 27 winners for the trainer. I usually write the trainer's name in there too, but has 3 consecutive speed figure increases and some tough works. And the 3 horses trained by Jeff Hudson. So that should be, I think, a nice. Do I have the right horse here? No, Terry, I'm looking at the wrong horse. The 2 horse, I'm sorry. Trained by Scott Rollins. Excuse me, wrong number there. Okay. So that wraps up the first 4 races, Terry, which is the opening pick 4. But before we get to our pick 4 tickets, Terry, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming week at Horse Racing Horse Center. We have a heck of a good list of people coming on this week, Terry. We're going to start off with Tim Gleishaw tonight, Mike Smith tomorrow night, Tony Black on Wednesday, and then our guest is going to be NBC announcer Lafitte Piquet to talk about probably Tampa Bay racing. Terry, what do you think about that?
I think it's great. I really like Lafitte Piquet. And, of course, Mike Smith's always a good guest to listen to. He tells it like it is, so.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, I think, Terry, this week on the shows. We're getting great guests. For that, we have to thank Sean, right? Sean does a wonderful job getting guests to come in. So hopefully we can break some information and have a nice shows as well. So let's go ahead, Terry. Now I'm just doing something in the background, so I'm killing time here real quick. Hold on, let me just copy and paste something over here because we're going to kind of have to ad-lib our hot dog pick 4s, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me pull them up again. Here's all of the picks. Bang. All right, so race number 1. So this is how we originally put them together, Terry. So let's pull this up real quick. So originally you were going to go with the 5, the 3, and the 1. So what are you going to go with now? The 5, the 2, and the 1?
Yes, 5, 2, and 1.
All right, so hold on a second. And then in race number 2, you're going to go with the 2 and 5. You're going to stay with that, right?
Correct.
Race number 3, you're going to stay with the 7 and 4?
Correct.
And in race number 4, you're going to go 6, 4, 2, right?
Yes.
And then for me, I'm going to go 5, 2, 4, 2, 5, 7. I'm going to single a 4 because I agree with Craig that horse is a good shot. And then I'm going to go with the 6, 4, 9, and 2. So this is what it looks like now, Terry. So let me pull it up. Here are our hot dog pick 4s now in races 1, 2, 3, and 4. So make sure you make a note of that because the slides are no longer accurate.
Okay.
Both of which are $18, I think, right? Yours is 18.
Yeah, I think
mine
it
is
is.
18.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So let's now move on to race number 5, Terry. Let me just flick back over to this screen now. Race number 5. Terry, race number 5 is a 5.5 furlongs, maiden optional claiming $30,000 race, Terry. At 5.5 furlongs, they have run 46 races, Terry. Big time speed edge, 40 of them won by speed, 17 going wire to wire. It's a slight negative to be on the rail, Terry, but everything else plays okay. You and I both agree that the 2-horse temporarily is the top choice. But before we move on, let me just double check these scratches here.
Yeah, 2 horses scratched.
So you're going to go 3, 8, 7, and what?
3. Let's see, 3, 8, 7, and 9.
All right. So tell us about your horses while I switch mine.
Number 3, Wedding Chapel, comes in from Southern California after showing early speed in all 3 of her career races. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and they added Lasix for this race. Number 8, McLean's Bella, comes in from Tampa Bay Downs after running 4th and had a lot of trouble at the start of that race. Going to try Turf Paradise for the first time. May improve because they're adding blinkers today, and that hot jockey Harry Hernandez is in the irons. In this last 7 days, he's won 28 out of 29 races, and he's been in the money 15 times. And then I like number 7, Curlin Blessing, first-time starter. The dam has 3 winners from 3 starters and has average workouts for this race. And then I like number 9, which is Smiling Salsa. This horse shows a lot of early speed in her first 3 or 4 races. And then also she's got the third best prime power number, 107.8, and could improve after the second start after a layoff.
So Jared says he's been smoking hot at Gulfstream. So we're going to do Gulfstream on Wednesday, like we do every Wednesday, Jared. So make sure you come along and you put all those smoking hot picks out there for us so we can ride along. That's the idea, right? Community. Hopefully Terry and I can get back on the winning ways this week. I think we hit the opening pick 4 last Monday, and after that kind of struggled a little bit. So we're going to get back on the horse, literally, Terry. Well, not quite literally, figuratively, but back on the horses. All right. So for me, race number 5, Terry, I'm going to start with Smiling Salsa. Has 2 of the fastest opening quarter-mile fractions last time out. Had a pretty good workout in between, Terry, and I expect that the horse will improve in its second start off the layoff. Wedding Chapel, the 3-horse, is second selection. It's the first time Lasix horse, Terry, with the top early pace numbers. So you know how I love Lasix and fast horses, Terry. Yep. The horse has got some strong works getting ready, including the fastest quarter-mile fractions that any horse has been able to put on the track. It's a beaten favorite last time out, Terry, and is the only horse in the field that's dropping in purse from $33,000 last time out to $23,800 today. McLean's Bella, Terry, tough call with Curling's Blessing early on, but that's not the case anymore because of a scratch. Was the beaten favorite, Terry, and I was going to take the 8-horse over the 7-horse because of the jockey, as you mentioned, Harry Hernandez, who's just lighting up the Turf Paradise track. I'm also going to go with, now I'm going to put in Curlin's Blessing. The horse has the top pedigree for the distance and surface. I was looking at the workouts, and the workouts weren't all that exciting to me. There were some strong workouts back in November, but since getting ready, they've been average at best. So I wonder if maybe the better part of the horse's races was left on the track during training early on and maybe not in as good a form now. But I'm not sure how Dan McFarlane trains his horses, so maybe that's just the normal pattern for him, right?
Great.
Race number 6, Terry. Let's look at the scratches real quick. Race number 6, the 5-horse, Irresistibly Sexy. Unfortunately,
let me interrupt you there. The 5's been scratched.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Are you paying attention to me, Terry? Or no?
Well, I'm writing things down for you.
8, tab 7, 6. Who's your 4th pick, Terry?
Okay, my 4th pick is the number 9 horse.
The number 9 horse. Okay, so for me, 6, 9, 8, and let's see, 6, 9, 8, and who is my 4th pick? And race number 6, I'm going to go, and this is another one where I was having kind of a difficulty between, and it's funny because by all these scratches are making our picks end up be the same except different horses. This is my box it up, Terry. Whereas this is where we do a dollar exacta box, a 50-cent trifecta box, a 10-cent superfecta box with our top 4 picks. Mine have changed a little bit. At first, it looked like this, where I had, but we're going to replace the 5-horse Irresistibly Sexy with the 7-horse at the bottom. So 6. So mine's pretty easy. 6, 7, 8, and 9. You're going to take those horses in race number 6. At least that's what I'm going to do for a $1 exacta box, a 50-cent trifecta box, a 10-cent superfecta box, because I like Back Alley Cat as the horse, the 6-horse with the top pedigree. Some of the fastest opening quarter fractions last time out. And those fractions were better than the previous race, Terry. I'm also looking at a horse that's been in the money 5 of 11 on a fast track. Number 9, Mancuso at the mic. It's a good friend of my little brother's. His last name was Mancuso, was on the mic. So one of those you can't jump over a name that you're familiar with. If you look internally, the 2 furlong and the 4 furlong numbers improved nicely in its last start. It's a second start for Charles Essex off the claim, and he's won 3 of 9 like that with the horse that has the top early pace figures along with the 4 and the 5. Number 8, Charming Vintage, is the first off the claim. It's a 29% winner for Jonathan Wong, who's another that's been doing very well down there and had some of the best fractions last time out. And number 7, Quinton Solitary is, let me pull up my notes on Quinton Sol real quick. Hold on one second. I apologize for the delay here. Number 7, Quinton Sol is, yeah, this is a horse making its 3rd start off a layoff, coming in from Tampa, Terry, running at Colonial Downs Gulf Street Park. I do like that it's kind of like a track downgrade. I just don't know how that Tampa to Turf Paradise angle is going to run out. A lot of times I like to see a horse run a race at this course first. So that's my box it up, Terry. You have the same 4 horses, just in a little bit different order. Why did you rank them differently?
Well, of course, the number 8 Charming Vintage is coming in from Golden Gate Field, so you know what I think about that. He finished 50% of the time there and last year, and switches to a high percentage trainer who wins 29% of the races first time after he claims a horse. Number 7, Quinto Sol, tries Turf Paradise after coming in from Tampa Bay Downs, drops in class today, switches to high percentage jockey, and returns to dirt after running on turf in the last 10 races. Jockey in the last 7 days has a record of 11 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. Number 6, Black Alley Cat, ran second versus similar on the turf in his last race, has the highest speed rating at today's distance, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And this jockey's been doing pretty well too. He's had 8 starts, 2 wins, a second and a third. And then I like number 9, Manacusco at the mic. He was trained, and the trainer wins 33% of the time, second race after a claim. He ran second versus similar last race because a horse was disqualified, which moved him up from 3rd to 2nd. And his best dirt speed is average, is better than the average winning speed here.
All right. So this upcoming race, Terry, race number 7 is a optional claiming 16,000 for a mile. We have a scratch with the 8 horse. So moving the 4 over, who are you replacing it with?
Number 3, Blue Azul.
Blue Azul. All right. So this is Terry's box it up. It was a little bit different. So my box it up was 6, 7, 8, and 9 in race number 6. Terry's box in race number 7 is the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Again, this is how it looked like. Again, so Terry's is 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 8 scratching, $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, 10-cent superfecta box. For me, now especially with the 8-horse scratching, which was my second pick, Shinny is my best bet of the day, Terry, because Shinny has run, as you mentioned, Craig said he won 12 races in a row, finished only second last time out, 12 high-quality starts in 12 consecutive races. If that horse goes off at 5-2, which is the morning line, I don't think that'll be the morning line, but if it is the morning line, I would jump all over that one, because the horse, as I mentioned, 10 high-quality races and 10 starts at Turf Paradise, 4 races, 3 wins in a second. run at the distance 5 times, undefeated in those 5 races, 7 for 11 on a fast track. Was the favorite last time out for Robertino Diodoro, friend of the show. He rebounds at 27% the next time around the track with a beaten favorite. So if Shinny goes off at 5-2, I'm going to be all over that, Terry. You're going to box these up. Why are you boxing up the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4?
Well, first of all, I beat the one last time with my best bet of the day. Horse that came in from Golden Gate Fields. Anyway, number 1, Shinny, has won 9 out of the last 10 races, or I guess it's even more than that. I didn't realize that. It returns to the dirt from the turf, but performs well on either surface. The trainer-jockey combination in the last 14 days have been in the money 5 times, winning 2 of those. Then I like Missed the Boat. Has won 2 out of the last 4 races at Turf Paradise and likes the track and the distance. Then I like number 4, Family Biz. Family Biz has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. The trainer's won 2 out of 3 races, and he has a bullet work on January 30th at 47-2, best of 6. And then I like the number, let's see here. I got to get up here.
The 1, 2, 3, and 4 you have.
Yeah. Yeah, like number 3, Blue Azul. He won his last race at Turf Paradise, and he has lots of early speed. So he's going to be trying to take this all the way along. He'll probably give a little bit of pressure to Shiny.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Shinny is my best bet. I had the 8 as my second pick, but number 2 now, Missed the Boat, jumps up to that second spot, just like Terry. Improved its 1 mile fraction last time out, final time by a little bit more than a second. Has run well at Turf Paradise, 4 times crossed the track, 2 wins and a second. Also run pretty well at the distance, in the money, 9 of 13 at the distance. And with jockey Alex Cruz on the horse has run no worse than 4, and I think like 6 or 7 races. So it's been usually competing for the title. Number 3, Blue Azul, Terry, is one of the horses in the field that did have a last race speed figure above par for this level. It did have some sneaky fraction improvement last time out because it ran better fractions on the turf than it did on the dirt. And usually that's the other way around. And that's reflected in his 2 furlong and 4 furlong pace numbers jumping nicely. In fact, the strongest 2 and 4 furlong numbers that Blue Azul has put on tape in the last 10 races. Then I have Loose Diamond, Terry, as my substitute pick in here, Terry. Loose Diamond, last time out, is a horse that does have the best, well, amongst the best closing numbers in the field, Terry. It actually has the top late pace figures in the field, along with the 1 and 7. And on the way out, the 8, the 6, and the 7 are likely to be the fastest horses, Terry. I just feel like this is a horse dropping a little bit in class, has run well at the distance. Yeah, it's probably not one that I'll include in any of my, like the vertical bets, but maybe just because of the way the ticket turns out for me. But I don't expect it to win, but I do think it has a good shot to finish in the money. And then we close out the show today, Terry, with race number 8. There aren't any scratches, I don't think, in race number 8, so everything stays the same here.
Yeah, not that I see.
Not yet, anyway. I just refreshed the page, so I don't see any yet. This is a 6.5 furlong race, Terry, claiming 3,500 non-winners of 3 lifetime. And at 6.5 furlongs, Terry, there have been 69 races, 49 won by speed, 27 gone wire to wire. It does not matter where you line up in the post positions because they play fair. On the way out of the gate, the 6 and the 5 should be the fastest too, so Express Permission and Shark Harbor. The 3 and the 8 are tied. And on the way home, the 4 by Moonlight should be one of the fastest with the late legs there, Terry. How are you going to, well, we got the same 4 picks once again, just in different order. So tell us why you put yours in the order you put yours in.
Well, number 6, Express Permission, finished 3rd versus similar last race, and has the second best prime power number in this race, 110.6. Then number 4, by Moonlight. He's in from Golden Fields, another one to try Turf Paradise. He has a high percentage winning trainer, should improve while returning to a sprint, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. Then number 8, Colavito, was only beaten the length and 3/4 versus similar in the last race, and he has that good jockey Harry Hernandez in the irons. Then I like number 5, Shark Harbor. has the highest last race speed rating, drops in class today, and the winner wins 24. I mean, the trainer wins 24% of the time when dropping 2 classes.
So for me, Terry, I'm going to go with Express Permission as well. It has the top early pace numbers in this field. Second, ran some of the fastest opening fractions last out. The horse has put together 7 what I call high quality starts in the last 10 races and did improve its fractions in its last race, which I'm finding lately. Some of the horses, when I note have better fractions in the previous race, I've caught a few prices that way. Number 5, Shark Harbor, as you mentioned, Terry, did run the top last race speed figure, taking a small drop in purse. You know how I like combining those 2 angles. Top speed figure, drop in purse. 4 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. This is another one that the trainer's turning around in a hurry. Just ran on January 26th, so not that long ago. And then the trainer's actually dropping him. Joe Toy is dropping the horse 2 classes. He's won 9 of 37 races that way. Number 4, By Moonlight, consistently has some of the best speed figures in the field. Trainer Jonathan Wong wins at 19% with shippers as this horse is coming in from Golden Gate, where the bettors like Terry, who love that Golden Gate course, typically bet him fairly well. And then finally, number 8, the last pick of the day, Colavito, did run some of the fastest fractions last time out in the quarter mile, has these 3 consecutive speed figure increases, and gets the top jockey in Harry Hernandez. So once again, Terry, we got to switch around our prime rib pick 4 because we had it a little bit differently. This is what it looked like, Terry. So I went 5 deep across, and then 4, and then 2, and then 4. So I'm going to keep the same structure. So are you going to keep the same structure with yours, except just change the horses?
I am, yes. So in that first race,
hold on one second. I'm going to bring it up. I'm just writing something down real quick for myself as a reference. All right. Here we go. So let's bring up how we're going to do it. So you're going to go 2, 3, 8, and 7.
And 2, 3, 8.
Mm-hmm.
No. 3, 8, 7, 9. The 2.
So, okay, 3, 8, 7, 9. All right. So 3, 8. Yeah. Copy. Hold on a second. 3, 8, 7, 9. All right. And then
6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, 8. All right.
And then
1, 2, 3, 4. Right.
Yeah.
And then you're going to keep these other numbers the same, right?
Yes.
All right. So race number 5. Who scratched again in race number 5, Terry? The one 2. Horse, right? The number 2. Okay. So I'm going to go 9, 3, 7, and hold on a second. I'm going to go 9, 3, 7, and who was my other horse here? Race 5, 9, 3, 7, and then I'm going to go with the 2 because I feel like this race is pretty
scratched.
The 2, and then screw it. I'll just leave it like this, Terry. Okay. And then I'm going to go, and then the next leg we have the 6. There's no 5, right?
Right.
So I'm going to go 6, 9, 8, and then and then I'm going to go with the 7 here, right? Boom, boom. Okay. That's right. Hold on a second. I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. All right, 6, 9, 8, 7. And then this race, I'm just going with the 1 and the 2 because the 8 was scratched, right?
Yeah.
Bang. And then in the last leg, I'm going to keep these. Go ahead.
Aren't you going to leave the 3 in there?
No. What I'm going to do on the last leg, Terry, because on the last leg, I'm going to put the 10 horse in here.
Okay.
So this one is purple and white. So there we go. This is our prime rib pick 4s. Mine is $80. Terry's is $96 for 50 cents. This is how we lay them out. Hopefully, Terry, we end up with some winners there. So they're a little bit different than what we put up. So here you can see this is our hot dog pick 4s for races 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then our prime rib pick 4s for races 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, here are our full card picks, including our best bet, race number 4 for Terry, race number 7 for me. Terry's box it up is race number 7. Mine is race number 6, Terry. This is the one thing about doing Turf Paradise, Terry, is that they put their scratches out a little bit too close to the time we go live.
They do, yeah. So,
hello, Lloyd. How you doing today, my friend? thanks for joining us. All these picks are today at Turf Paradise. Terry,
Yeah.
any final thoughts before we get up and out of here today?
Well, I see Jared's going to play an exacta trifecta box, I assume, at
Parks for race number 2.
Parks,
How close are they to running?
They're about 5 minutes. So
To race 2?
yeah.
All right, well,
So
hopefully
I guess
that
he
comes
added
in.
the 7 there. So
2, 3, 5, 7. Oh, yes. So that's for the race number 2. So he's looking for some bombs there at Parks. So
Yeah,
hopefully they
yeah.
come in for him, right, Terry?
Well,
Good way to
let's hope
start
it does.
the new week.
Yeah. So anyway, other than that, I just hope everybody has a good week. Getting ready for the Super Bowl. Get all your snacks together and all your people invited and all that kind of stuff. If you're going to get a big screen TV for this event, hope it's safe and gets up pretty easily. Anyway, everybody just have a good time.
Indeed. And if you haven't done it so already, please do us a great big favor. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us at Twitter or Facebook. The handle you can see down there is Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us thumbs up. Like us on YouTube. It helps us with the giant tech companies' algorithms to move us up higher when folks do search for horse racing. We appreciate that. Let your friends know about us. We're about 120 folks away from getting to 1,000 subscribers at YouTube. So thank you for all of your help telling your friends about us. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. We look forward to Wednesday again when we're going to do Golf Stream with Jared. He's going to have some hot picks for us. But tomorrow, Terry, what are we going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Parks.
Parks.
Yeah, we're going to do Parks tomorrow. There's a 10 race card. Track today looks pretty muddy, but I think I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I'm going to check that out before I do my handicap. So
absolutely, for sure. And again, tonight, Sean and I will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Horse Center show with trainer Tim Gleishaw tonight. Tomorrow, Hall of Fame jockey, as long as he doesn't get caught up on a flight again, Mike Smith, and then another great jockey and Tony Black on Wednesday. And then Thursday night for the Players Edge podcast with Lafitte Pincay, the announcer. So that should be a great roster of shows this week. Terry and I will be back tomorrow. Terry, as always, we thank you for joining us. We hope that your life and all of your picks, especially in race number 2 for Jared Bush, end up in a
winner's circle.
Absolutely, Terry. Fantastic Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at the same place, same time.